Hello guys, it's Lee. I am at one of my favorite places right there, Tractor Supply. I come here, it seems like once a week. In all my projects, I'm always trying to get something here. But anyway, this morning I saw that on Marketplace and it was for free. Has not run in 10 years. Does not have a mower deck. So you can't, I didn't ask a whole lot about it because I didn't want to bug the guy because it was free. But let me show you what I got and we'll take a look at it. So it's an MTD garden tractor 2050. So it probably had a 50-inch deck. I'm assuming a 20-horse engine. I ain't even looked in there to see what it is. But it looks pretty nice. I mean, the seat's pretty good shape. Tires are basically holding air after 10 years. Doesn't have a mower deck, but this would be a good garden tractor to pull some trailers around with. There's the dash. Pretty neat. Anyway, I'll be unloading this at some point. Probably, I don't know if I'll do it today or not. I got other things I got to do today. But we'll get this unloaded and see if we can not get this started. And ran and moved and all the whole bit. All right, I'm gonna run inside here and do my errands. Okay, there it is. I just took the air cleaner off to get to the carburetor because I know I'm gonna spray starting fluid in there. Before I even take those side panels off, I guess I'll put a good battery on it and make sure it's gonna turn over before I do a whole lot of trouble. I do smell gas, but there's like, you can't see in there. But anyway, it's dry, but it's
ain't got no gas in it.
Gas smell. So it must have been a little bit left in there. Normally what I would do is just unhook it from the carburetor or fuel filter and flush it out with water just to get all the crud out. I'll air up the tires, put a battery on it, and we'll just see what happens first. Okay, so I've done a couple of things here. I took the old battery off and I got a good battery on there, which by the way, it's funny because what was on there was like a motorcycle style battery. That's all there's room for. So like, this is an odd machine and I don't recognize the motor. Y'all recognize that? I mean, I don't know if it's a Briggs, Kohler or something different. But the battery, mower battery that I use everywhere, but it barely fit in there, which is not designed for that, so I can't use that long. I just need to do it long enough to see if it works. But I don't know what engine that is. That's kind of a new one to me. But I checked the oil, there's no gas, but I'm gonna put some starter fluid in here and just see if it fires off. A lot of mowers that don't run that's been sitting for years. And this is a free one, like I said, and it's been sitting for 10 years. So this is the same steps I use on all of them. Now, usually I'll power spray it before I work on the engine, and I still will, but I'm just wanting to see if this thing will even turn. But anyway, there's three things that make this engine run. One is compression, and that's when you turn that flywheel and you feel some resistance. Not a whole lot, but you can feel a compression stroke from the piston, so you gotta have that. And that's usually not a problem. Most engines will have it unless it threw a rod or something like that. The next thing is it's got to have spark in the spark plugs. That's, pretty rare that you don't have spark. But it could be a bad coil or a loose wire or something. But fuel's usually the problem in most engines, small engines. I don't care if it's a push mower, weed eater, a tiller, whatever, any small engines all this way. But so I'm fixing to put gas, starting fluid, direct into the carburetor. And what my hope is that the engine will turn and it'll act like it's going to start. Now, if it does that, I'm going to put gas in it and just see, because some of these other machines around here have surprised me and just ran. So if the previous owner, if he ran it out of gas and then stored it for 10 years, then there's a good chance that it would run. So I'm just kind of explaining to you the process I go through. So right now we're fixing to see if it fires over with starting fluid. I'm gonna open the choke. So what I'm hoping for is just for it to turn over and hit a lick. That's pretty good. Put some more starter fluid in it. Choking it. Now let's see if it moves. That's free on Marketplace. It's got a high and low, reverse of course. Then you got your speed selector right here. Obviously no deck. So there it is. So this is a good example of the guy doing it right. Whoever owned this before me. So the story was the guy's dad passed away, okay? But 10 years ago, he bought a zero turn to mow his grass with and stored this. So evidently he ran it totally out of gas, and that means the carburetor was empty of gas, so it didn't have a chance to gum it up. It didn't gum it up. It was stored properly, and you saw how easy it started. I mean, yeah, there was smoke. So I'm gonna play with it for a few days. If I could find a deck, I would. I don't know how easy that's going to be or to do that, but this would be a great mower to pull a trailer around with. Do some yard work. Make it a mud mower. You see, the tires actually look good. There's no cracks in the tires. He had it stored inside. Hey, if you like these kind of videos, subscribe to Mower. That's really it. I just really got lucky on this. Didn't have to do anything to it. Now I'll probably, and I'll just do it off camera probably, but I'll probably pull the engine shroud off, power wash it real good, get it all cleaned up, make sure there's no oil leaks and things of that nature, which I don't see evidence of it now. We'll just get it kind of cleaned up and go from there. But that's kind of the end of the video. I mean, it's kind of a short, sweet video, but at least you got an overview of the MTD GT 2050. Now, somebody make a comment about what engine that is. Now, once I get these covers off, I might see the name of it, but I don't recognize it as a Briggs or a Kohler, and I don't know the older engines like I should. So anyway, somebody out there probably knows what it is. All right, I think I'm out. That's my luck for the day.
$279 a month.